Hello, and welcome to the Empowerography podcast. This is a platform created for women's voices to be heard and a place to share their stories, journeys, and successes with the world for the purpose of helping other women who might be on similar journeys. We are empowering women one episode at a time. I'm your host, Brad Walsh, so kick back, grab one of your favorite beverages, and enjoy the stories. If you've ever wanted to be a podcast guest, the kind that gets invited back, the kind that turns a 30-minute conversation into real visibility and real opportunity, I've built something just for you. It's called Amplify Your Message, the podcast guest mastery experience. This isn't just theory. This is everything I've learned sitting across from 800 plus guests over 6.5 years of doing this show. What makes a guest unforgettable, what makes a host want to bring you back, and how to actually amplify your message instead of just showing up and talking. If you've got a message worth spreading, maybe a book, a business, a mission, this is how you learn to spread it with presence, not just noise. Click the link below to jump in, check it out. Look forward to seeing you in the class. Hello there, Brad Walsh here, your host of the Empowerography podcast, a platform that was created to help elevate and amplify the voices of women through sharing their stories. Today, my guest is Lannie Reid. She is an intuitive medium, a teacher, a healer, and a certified joy facilitator dedicated to empowering women to reconnect with their inner wisdom and divine guidance. Welcome, Lannie. How are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm doing really well. How about you?
I am fantastic, and I am so excited to have you here. Thank you so much for taking and making the time to be here with me today. I'm looking forward to jumping in and sharing about all the beautiful light you put out into the world through the work you do, as well as a bit about your story and your journey. So with that being said, let's get started.
Hey.
I always love starting at the beginning of someone's journey because nobody just wakes up one day and decides to become an intuitive healer. So can you take us back? What was life like before this path found you?
My path was, I think, very similar to most people's path. I was a women's path. I was a really busy mom. I had 3 kids in 3.5 years.
Wow.
So I know. I always think back, oh my God, how did I do it? But I was super, super busy with being a mom. And at the time had started my own business with my family. And so busy working full time and taking and having children and everything that comes with that.
Which is
raising
a
ton.
For women. It is a ton.
It's so challenging.
3 in 3.5 years. Oh my gosh.
I think to myself, how did I do that? And what in me said, oh, let's have 3 kids in 3.5 years. I don't know.
You just did it, and here we are. So there you go.
Yes,
you got through it.
Right.
You survived.
That's
you have
right.
thrived. You're on the other side of it now.
Yes, 100%.
Was there a specific or a catalyst moment or experience or turning point when you first felt the pull toward healing and intuitive work? Was there something that sparked that?
Do you know, there was actually. I think I've always seen. I've always been somebody that could see spirit on the other side. I didn't always understand it at first, but the thing that really pulled me was I, at the time, was taking this personal training certificate because I'm really into health and fitness. And at the time I was doing that, but it was like a personal training and wellness.
Okay.
And it was the wellness that got me because it was all about the energetics. And it was like bringing energy in through the body to heal. And it just grabbed me. And it was something that came supernatural after that. And it, I think, was the catalyst that started on me learning. After that, I wanted to learn absolutely everything there was to know. So I was taking one course after another after that. But that was really the first time that I said, hey, there's something to this.
Love it.
Yeah.
And so what was the first experience that made you stop and say, something much bigger than me is happening here? Do you remember?
Something much bigger than me is happening here. I would have to say that was the moment that I was unwell at the time. And I had this doctor's appointment at this big university hospital. And I had to go to the washroom before I went to my appointment. And I walked into the washroom, and I could feel somebody walked in behind me, and it just didn't feel right.
Right.
So I instantly went into the first washroom that I could get into, which was like this handicap washroom, and I locked the door. And the woman that was on the outside of the door started asking me for money, and at the time I didn't have any. And she started yelling and screaming at me and trying to kick in the door.
Wow.
And I know it was like probably one of the scariest moments that I've had
I'm sure.
with something like that. And then I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? This lady is completely coming unglued on me. And all of a sudden, I had this absolute peace wash over me, and I can't even explain the peace. It was like something I'd never felt before. And I heard in my head, just make yourself look bigger. And I don't know why, but I opened the door. And I just got myself up as tall as because I'm really short. And I'm super short. So I got myself up as big as I could. And I pretended to hit her, even though I don't think I could ever do that. But I just pretended, and I got myself really big. And it all happened in slow motion. I can't even, it's kind of when you're in a car accident.
Yeah.
And everything happens in slow motion. It was like, that's the moment everything happened in slow motion. And she just started like falling, but she just kept falling and falling. I don't know, it's the weirdest thing. And all of a sudden there was this lady standing in front of me, this other lady. And she's like, are you okay? And then I just couldn't stop crying. And then she just kind of took me out of there, and this lady was still falling. I don't know, it was super weird. And then she just kind of looked after me and got me to my appointment. And then I went to thank her, and she just disappeared.
Wow.
I know.
Shit. And whatever happened to the falling woman?
I don't know. There was security there. There was security.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a mind fuck.
No, I was like, there is something so much more in charge here than I could ever imagine.
Whew. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Wow. That's trippy as fuck.
I know. I don't know if that's anything like that's ever happened to anybody else, but to me it was like the first moment I was like, I believe. Like
something far bigger at work here.
Something far bigger. Yeah. Yeah. It was crazy.
So before you fully embraced this work, were there moments where your intuition or your spiritual connection was already showing up, you didn't fully understand it yet?
100%. I feel like I'm telling all these crazy stories. Okay, this is
go ahead.
Crazy.
No,
okay. I was pregnant with my first child, and I was driving home after work. It was my last shift at work. I don't know why this story is popping in, but this is what's popping in. And I was going up this hill, and you know, when you're going uphill, you speed up. So I was speeding up to go up this hill, and I was probably doing about 100K. And I seen this old man walking across the road in front of me as I'm cresting the top of the hill. And I'm like, oh my God. So I slam on the brakes, and my car just starts doing a 360, and I missed him. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know how I missed him. But he wasn't there.
Wow.
But he was gone. There was nobody there. When I stopped turning, there was nobody there. And I didn't understand it at the time. Had no idea. I didn't get it because I thought he just was hiding in the ditch or something. That's how my mind comprehended it. But now that I look back, he was spirit, because I didn't know I was seeing back then.
Oh,
I didn't know.
I just got goosebumps because I'm thinking about a moment where I encountered something a little similar. I was driving to, I think it was my aunt's funeral, one of my aunt's funerals. And I'm driving down the road, and the funeral homes, I can see where the funeral home is. And all of a sudden, I saw this woman. The road is a 2-lane each way road. So it's a busy main road. And I saw this woman on the ground, on her knees, pounding the pavement and crying. And by the time I got there, poof, she was gone. And I still, it had to be spirit. Maybe it was my aunt. I don't know. I wasn't close enough to see. I assume she was crying. I shouldn't say she was crying because I'm assuming that. But she was pounding. I remember clear as day. She was on her knees hunched over and pounding the road with her hands, with her fists.
Wow.
And by the time I got close enough, poof, she was gone. So now that I think about it, you telling that story, I've thought about that moment so many times.
Right?
But now that you brought you up and shared your story, I'm thinking that was probably my aunt, her spirit, because it was right outside the funeral home.
Right?
So
Right.
wild. So
Yeah.
wild.
I know, it's crazy when you can think back and think of these moments and you're like, oh, wow.
I
don't
thought, am
think
I
that was
fucking
what
crazy? Did I really see that? Even still, up until today, when I've thought about it, I'm like, did I really see that? Was that real?
Right.
But yes, it was. Of course it was.
Yeah, of course it was.
Just,
It was real.
wow. Thank you for
You're
bringing that to the surface for me. Wow.
Yeah, I know, because it seems so real
Yes.
that you think it has to be real.
Yeah.
Right? Like physically real.
Yes. But
I
there
mean,
was
it
no
was
one
real.
there
Right.
when I got there.
There was no one there. There was no one there.
So wild.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I want to talk a little bit about your diagnosis, your illness. When you were first diagnosed with MS and later faced the unimaginable pain of
Trigeminal.
trigeminal neuralgia, was there a moment where you thought, I don't know if I can do this?
Yes. The biggest moment came, like, MS was super challenging because my kids were little when I was diagnosed.
Mm-hmm.
My youngest was 3, my oldest was 6. That was super challenging. But through that diagnosis, there were moments, there were snippets, but I had to get through it for them.
Mm-hmm.
That was like, because they were so little. But when the trigeminal hit, years into it, because it's been a 12-year journey now, but I would say about half to 3/4 away, so like probably year 7 or 8, because it started as just, because what trigeminal is it's a nerve, a chronic nerve pain issue in the face, where the trigeminal nerve, which is the main nerve that feeds all the nerves in the face, it's like constant nerve spasms in the face, and you have thousands of nerve endings, right? At first it would just be like this strike, like a lightning strike, one small nerve spasm, which would take, I don't know, 10 seconds, instantaneous, I don't know. But then it was like progressing.
Right.
And it got to the point where it was hours and I couldn't get the nerve spasm to release. And I woke up one morning and it was one of those mornings, and I just thought to myself, I can't do this one more nerve spasm. I can't do this one more day. I can't do it anymore. And I decided to end it because I was at the point where I wasn't eating, I wasn't drinking. I was just this ball of pain. And I had lost everything that made me. At that point, I just was completely, I wasn't obviously myself, and I just had enough. And it was a time where even my kids couldn't have saved me. I couldn't be here anymore. So that's when I decided to take my own life. And I just decided there's just not going to be any of this. And so I waited for everybody to leave the house. Now, obviously, I wasn't going to do it in the house, but I had a bunch of pills, because when you have trigeminal neuralgia, it's the most painful medical condition known to the medical community. So it's so super, it's an unimaginable pain. It's an unimaginable pain. And I just couldn't do it. So I had all these pills, and I was just going to take everyone I had. And that's when I was surrounded by the angels. And they stopped me from doing what I had planned that day. So that's the moment where I could not do. That's when I said, heavy. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
It's super heavy. Yeah, super heavy.
But they saved you.
They did. They did. And
thank God you're here.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. Yes. And if they hadn't saved me, I wouldn't have got to meet my grandkids. And that's something that really sits heavy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure. So what did your faith look like before the illness, and how did that experience completely dismantle or rebuild it?
Do you know, I didn't have much of a faith. I had this sense there was something other than, but I grew up in a household that My dad was an atheist, if you can believe. My dad would like to, he didn't believe in anything. And it's not that I took that on, but I didn't have it modeled for me. I had no modeling other than my mom believed in, she was religious growing up, but she didn't really share it because my dad was so adamant about there being nothing. But I always had this feeling inside that there was. And because I could see,
Right.
even though I didn't quite understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't really have not much of a faith beforehand.
Looking back now, though, do you see your illness as something that happened to you or something that happened for your awakening?
Oh, 1,000% for my awakening. Because if it hadn't happened, I would still be in that linear mindset, right? I would still be thinking my way through things. And now I have complete faith and trust in spirit, in the angels, that they walk with me, they talk with me, they guide me, they help me listen to my own internal guidance every single day, every moment to moment.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did that suffering that you went through teach you about the difference between being strong and surrendering?
I always thought I was strong because I felt, especially like going through the multiple sclerosis diagnosis, because I felt like I figured it out within a few years. And I'm like, I'm so strong. Like I mentally figured it out. I mentally controlled it. I did what the outside sources were telling me, and I did everything, and I felt like I could fight everything and get through it because I was so strong. The trigeminal taught me to surrender because there was, no matter how strong I was, it didn't matter because it broke me in every single way that I could possibly be broken. And I had to surrender to something greater than myself to get out of it. That's the only way it worked, is I had to surrender.
That's pretty powerful. The surrender and the inner strength, both from two different places, from two different diagnoses. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. 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 I learned so many things in both ways because there's gold in both.
But the awareness, though, to find the gold or the nugget or whatever you want to call it in both of those things. And that's what we all need to do, to learn to do, is to take that, pull that thread, that golden nugget, whatever you want to call it, out of the situations when, they may seem incredibly dire and horrible and shitty and all the things, but there's always something in there, a lesson to pull out. And yours was to learn to surrender.
It was.
With the trigemina. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I had to, because I feel since that moment where the angels saved me, I've just been guided. And I just take one step at a time, and I tried everything up until that point. And once I surrendered to listening to what was going on within me, what the messages were that were coming through me, not from me, but through me,
right,
is what got me to now. Being able to sit here and talk to you.
Are you completely free of the trigeminal neuralgia now? Have you had an episode? Or when was the last time you had one? Just curious.
Big one, like a big episode, about a year and a half ago.
Is there something in particular that triggers them? I'm curious. Is it stress? Okay.
Stress, honestly, is like one of the biggest things. It's also being super mindful of my energy. And the one thing that I've learned more than anything about this is the biggest lesson that I know to be true for me is energy that isn't expressed or talked about or let go, released, gets stored in the body.
Yes.
And the more it gets stored, we all store energy differently. And we all have this point, I don't know, maybe you have a sore shoulder that you can't quite get healed, or maybe it's in the spine, or you have a bad back, or I hear a lot of people talking about having a bad back. I don't know why that's coming through, but we store it in the body. And the minute we are able to let go of the things that no longer serve us, that we've been holding on to, that we haven't talked about, that we haven't expressed, that we haven't done the thing that we're most afraid of doing.
The pain
And when we
goes.
can, the pain goes. It just does. It doesn't go overnight.
No, of course not.
But the more you do it and the more you show up for yourself, the more it goes.
Amazing. The mind, the body, such incredible machines. Powerful.
Yeah.
So powerful.
So powerful.
Speaking of angels, when did you first realize your connection to intuition and angels wasn't imagination, it was something real?
Okay. So obviously it was the moment that I had my awakening. That was like the biggest moment. But there's another moment where, because sometimes you think you're going crazy because I shouldn't say nobody, but it depends on the people you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
But at the time, there was people that believed me, but then there was obviously people that didn't. But I wrote this book because it's Know Your Angels book, because I kind of made a deal with the angels, and I said, because they were helping me left and center so much. And I said, okay, their greatest want is that people know about them and people believe them and people ask them for help, because they want nothing more than to help you. So I made this deal. Okay, I'll write the book about how people can connect with you. And thank you for showing up for me. And so that's what I did. And so I wrote this book. I had no idea if it would, I had no idea what it would do. Right. So I wrote this book. It comes in the mail. I start taking it to different bookstores and stuff like that, and get it on Amazon. And I'm going to refill these books at this one bookstore. And it's a gray and white book. It's a gray and white book. And she's like, oh, did you bring me any pink ones? Like the owner of this bookstore. And I'm like, pink ones? No. Like,
it's gray and white.
It's gray and white. And she's like, oh, you don't know? And I'm like, don't know what? And she's like, all your books have a different shade of color in them. And I'm like, what? Yeah. And I'm like, no, they don't. And she's like, they do. She's like, I didn't know it either. But this one lady was like buying these books, and she came up and she's like, oh, I wanted the pink one. I didn't want the green one. And she showed me. And if you line them up, they all have a different shade.
Wow.
I know.
That's wild.
I know. So I asked the angels, I'm like, what's up with this? What's with the different shades? And they're like, that's the different, because it's all about the legions of angels, right? This book is all about the legions of angels. So the groups of angels that work under the archangels. And so they're like, well, that's just the different legions that show up for the person that is buying the book. And that's who they need beside them when they're reading the book. And it was your job to write the book, and it was our job to show up for the people who are going to read it.
Wow. That's wild.
So then after that, I was like, this shit's real.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, I can't make it up. You just can't make it up.
No, you can't make this shit up. You just cannot.
No, you can't. You can't. You can't.
What is one of the biggest misconceptions people have about connecting with angels or divine guidance, do you think?
Oh, that they think they can't connect to them.
Everybody can, right? Everybody.
Everyone can. And they think that they have to go through someone else to have a connection with the angels. That is the biggest That's what people ask me all the time, is like, can I? They think they can't. And I know they can.
How does one connect?
100%.
Like a quick tip on how to start.
Quick tip. Okay. Ask them to come into your life and give them permission to do, because we all have free will and they can't go past your free will.
Right.
So if you don't ask them to help you, they won't come in and help you. So my biggest tip, ask them to come help you, and then have the awareness to see that they are showing up for you. Look for the signs. I get people telling me all the time, as soon as they order the book, they start seeing angel numbers everywhere. Or as soon as they have they do ask for them to come in, they start noting synchronicities or songs that come on the radio or it's like noticing the signs, because the more you notice it and the more you thank them for being there or coming in and showing the signs, the more they want to show up for you.
And that's what they're here to do, is to be in of service, to help you.
That's right. That's right.
Love it. Thank you for sharing that tip.
You're welcome.
If people understood just how supported that they truly are, how differently do you think that they would move through life?
Oh, they didn't have to chase the life they would love to live anymore, because they would begin to live it.
That's powerful.
It changes lives.
And all you have to do is ask.
That's right.
That's it.
That's it.
And believe and have the self-awareness to receive as well, of course. But
exactly.
If you're asking, I would think that you have the belief in your system for the most part. Yes. But also you have to be open to receive it, for sure.
That's right. So if I may.
Of course.
One thing that I do every morning, that if everybody did this, I feel like there's these angels called the angels of joy.
Okay.
And I talk about them a lot because they're a legion of angel called the angels of joy who work underneath Archangel Uriel.
Okay.
And so they're angels of light. They're torchbearers. They want to bring you joy. That is their whole purpose, is to bring you joy. And if we would just ask them to surprise us with joy every day.
I love your joy and your energy when you're talking about this. It's just so light. And so if someone wants to communicate, just a quick question. If someone wants to communicate, do they have to ask for a specific legion of angels, or they just ask angels, please come in, I need your support?
You can do either way.
Okay.
You can do both.
But if someone doesn't know the legions, then
there are angels
just ask for
absolutely anything. So if you're trying to sell your house, ask for the house angels of realty. There's angels for absolutely
angels
everything.
Of money.
Angels of money, angels of abundance, angels of energy. You want to clear your energy? Ask the angels of energy to come in and clear you out. Okay. They love specifics. Not that you have to ask for specifics, but the more specific you are in what you would love, the more they can just go to work.
But if you're calling them in, and then you can get into specifics. Do you have to
100%.
Start off with a specific legion, or can you just call in the angels and then say, this is what I need support with? Then be specific about that.
Do that. Yeah, you can totally do that. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying and for sharing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You dedicate your work to helping women reconnect with their inner wisdom. And why do you think so many women have been conditioned to distrust their own knowing and intuition?
I think because we're not taught it to use our minds and not really tune into the unknown, because that's woo-woo and that's scary and it's just not. I think we're taught to use your gut, but it's not talked about. What does that mean?
Right.
We're used to think your way through things. And if you're smart enough, you'll figure it out. Or if you think about it long enough, you'll figure it out. It's not like, how does it feel?
Right.
How does it feel? What are your feelings surrounding that? What are your instincts? What is your intuition guiding you to? It's more linear.
So if more people could get out of their heads and into their hearts.
Right. 100%. You said it better than me. Yeah.
So what is one small practice then that someone could start today that would strengthen their intuitive connection?
I think just breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just a few moments of that, and then just getting quiet and seeing what their heart has to tell them. Because your heart will tell you anything and everything that you need to know and do. It's simple. It's just breath, breathing, getting quiet, allowing the world to kind of just fall away for just a few breaths. A few breaths.
Therein lies the problem for a lot of people, though. They don't want to get quiet, or they don't know how to get quiet, or they're just too... I think when we have to sit with ourselves, for a lot of people, it's hard, because then you're in that stillness and you have to look within. And sometimes people don't like what they see when they look within.
So then I would say, what's a better thought? What's a better feeling? What would you rather feel? What would you rather think about? What would you rather think about? What's your dream? Have you ever thought about what the dream is that you would want for your life? Have you ever wrote it down? Have you ever thought about what's a better feeling state? What's a better thought? What is the dream?
Okay. Thank you for sharing that as well. What would happen then, do you think, in this world if more women started listening to their inner guidance instead of looking for external approval, external sources, external validation? That's not a thing that's relegated just to women. I'm just saying because this is what we're talking about. And then the podcast, of course, is focused on women. So
They'd step into their power. They would walk the life they would love to live. They would change their life. They would be living a life of joy. They'd be living a life that they would love to live rather than they're living in their circumstances and conditions.
okay. Do you believe that every person on this planet has intuitive abilities and gifts? Or is it something that only certain people are gifted with?
Actually, I used to think that absolutely everyone can do this.
Uh-huh.
And I still believe that to an extent. But I also believe that some people don't want to.
And that's
if
the
you don't want
difference.
to, yeah, I think that's the difference. If you like it's something that you want or something you're really drawn to, 100% you can. But if you don't want it, I don't feel like it would come in
Right.
like in a way that would be aligned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's get into the joy facilitation. You are a certified joy facilitator. For those who might have never heard of a certified joy facilitator, what is that? And what does a certified joy facilitator do? What is the work, the magic that you do with people?
Okay, it's like bringing joy into your life.
How do you get certified in this?
You reach out to this lady named Jillian Shecker, and she has a whole joy facilitator program.
Okay.
And she is a bright light shining in this world. And what it is, it's a relearning of what joy means to you and about making joy a priority in your life. Because when you start making joy a priority in your life, you start attracting that frequency of joy back in. So thinking about what you would love rather than all of the things that you don't.
Right.
It's like, what brings me joy? For me, it's my grandkids and my kids and obviously spirit. Pretty woo.
Yeah.
But it's really just becoming the frequency of joy so that you can magnetize anything that brings you joy into your life. And it's just choosing it.
And we all have a choice.
We all have a choice.
Thank you for clarifying and explaining that. How long have you been a certified joy facilitator?
Do you know what? I just graduated.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It took me 9 months.
Okay, that's all right. That's how long the program is, 9 months?
Yeah, I think she's moved it to 6 months now, but for me, I did a full 9 months in it. And it has completely... I started off with it and I was obviously still going through a little bit of this. And I was trying to find lightness in my life. I was trying to find things that just weren't quite so heavy because I've been going through it for 11 years by that point. And it changes you. It changes the way you think. It changes the way when someone goes through any kind of chronic pain issue or the dark and the dirty in life, you're not as lighthearted as you once were. You're not as, I don't know, it just
changes a person.
It changes a person. And I want it to be me again. I really want it to be me again, which is light and happy and joyful, even when your life may not look externally that way.
How did you stumble across this certification?
They were like in such a better place in life than I was. They were like doing really well in their business. They were finding love. They were finding joy, things that brought them joy in their life. They were traveling, whereas I was like, not there. Yeah. But now I'm getting there and I can totally see how life can be beautiful and once again, and how I can be me, completely me, authentically. I just want to be me and draw things to me that I would absolutely love in my life
That's
because I'm
beautiful.
choosing it.
Yes,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
So, what you have gone through with your diagnoses, your illnesses, what did that pain teach you about joy?
That you have to choose. It taught me that you have to choose it no matter what your circumstances and conditions are talking, or no matter what the mind is telling you about how sick you are, about how you're never going to get out of this. You're never going to live again the way you once lived. This is going to be your life for the rest of your life. No, those are
Pump the brakes.
no, but those were my thoughts for 8 years, 9 years of my life.
Wow.
And it taught me what's a better thought, what's a better feeling, what I love for my life, right?
That's a
What's the
beautiful
dream?
place.
It is.
Because anything we can dream, we can achieve. Anything, absolutely anything is possible.
I agree with you 100%.
I'm loving this conversation.
Maybe you're a joy facilitator.
Maybe that's something I should look into.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that off air.
Okay. Sounds good.
How do you help someone rediscover joy when their life has broken them?
That's kind of where I was. Because when you are broken, joy seems really far away.
Mhm.
So far away. There's not even really a glimmer in your life when you're broken. It's so far away. I feel like it's discovering hope first. It's rediscovering that things can be different. It's asking yourself, how would I rather feel? What would I rather be thinking about than this brokenness? Where would I rather be in my life? What's my intention? And it's like doing one thing, even if it's so minimal, every day that brings you joy. Maybe that's like making your favorite coffee and acknowledging how much joy that's brought you. Even if it's so small, even if it's so minimal, it's still a little bit. It's a glimmer. And every day and every moment that you're not there yet, that's okay, that you're not out of it yet. But if you could see yourself as you're going through it and knowing, and it's like trusting that you're going to get out of it and you're going to be on the other side of it. And it'll be like one of the biggest things you've ever gone through. And you can share that wisdom with so many other people. But I think the biggest thing is trust. Trust. So it's because we're taught in this program, it's called the Joy Method. So it's like tuning into how you're feeling. What would you rather be feeling? And what thought is that creating in your mind? And okay, I see that thought. I hear that thought. What's a better thought? And then speaking the better thought out in your head. So it's like stopping that
loop.
Round and round thought, that loop. So it's like interrupting the loop is really what it does. It's interrupting the loop. And then interrupting the loop with a better thought. And then setting an intention really of what would I love? What would I love if I was on the other side of this? Even in the moment, even just a thought, like an intention for that moment. And then getting really excited about that outcome and being super gratitude is huge.
Yeah.
Being very grateful that you're not like where you were 5 minutes ago because you have a better thought.
Right.
And then just trusting that the universe is going to have your back and show up for you. Trust is probably the hardest part of it. But
yeah. The universe always has our back. It always has our best and highest good.
They do. Yeah.
What does real, authentic, true joy actually look like beyond the Instagram or social media highlight version of joy?
Alive. It's like the thing that lights me up inside. And it's different for everybody. And it might only be a flash, or it might be like long term. Anytime I'm like super low, because I self-sabotage. Yes, I do that too.
We all do. We're humans. We all have those moments.
Yeah. And the thing I think about is the absolute joy in my grandkids' face when they see me. And it just changes everything. It changes what I'm currently maybe a not so good thought into or a not so good feeling into, oh, okay, this is where I'd rather be. This is the moment. This is a moment. I think I got to call them. I think I got to see them. For me, that's what it's all about, is being that ancestor. Because I want to be someone that they're like, oh my God, my grandma, although I'm known as Nanny. I think it's my oldest grandkid. He figured out my name was Lannie. So now he calls me Nanny. Nanny. My nanny is joy. She's always so happy. I want to leave my grandkids with good memories of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is one truth about life or the soul that you wish every human being understood?
Okay, I know this is, I know how this is going to sound, but that your soul just wants to be in joy, because you didn't come here to suffer. We all have moments that aren't joyful in our, like, there's probably a lot of moments, but to me, the soul is so much bigger than this human suit that we're wearing.
Meat suit?
It's the meat suit. It's you. In my belief system, I'm not saying this is everybody's belief system, but what I know is it goes on and on forever. Learning as it goes, learning. But I think the one constant thing that the soul wants to stay in is just love and joy. Love and joy. And as long as there's that, you can learn and learn. Because that's what it came here to do, is learn.
Okay, segue, because this is the next question. What do you think the soul is actually here to learn during this human experience? Or one of the things, I'm sure there's many things. I love your laugh, Lannie. I love it. It's so giddy and innocently childlike. I just love it.
I don't know. That's what I know. Okay. That sounds so crazy.
No, it doesn't
and
sound
I've
crazy.
I've talked about it a lot.
That's okay. This is your work, though. Of course you are.
It is my work. And I feel like even if we have glimmers, because I always call them pockets of joy.
Right.
Because obviously my day isn't going to be filled 100%
well,
with
it
joy.
Can't be all puppy dog and rainbows and ice cream. That's not the way life is.
That's not how real life is. But it's the ability to work your way through anything, because the goal is joy.
Yeah.
The outcome is to be as happy as you can.
The end result. Yeah.
The end result. Like, because we all want to be happy, and we all want our heart to feel safe and healed and loved. Right. And I feel like the more we're in that energetics of it, the more that can be possible. Because I am in no way saying that it's possible 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
No, that's just toxic positivity.
No, that is toxic positivity, because that is not possible. Because I'm a self-sabotager at some points in my life.
Like I said, we all have our shit we go through. We all have our shit we deal with. The gremlins that live in our heads. Yep. It's just a matter of finding the tools that allow you and enable you to turn it down, turn those gremlins down quicker.
I just know that when it shows up, I'm so much quicker working my way through it now.
And that's the key, is to learn to do that, for sure.
Yeah.
If you look back at the woman you were before you began this journey, what would she think about the work you're doing today, do you think? Sure.
She would think I'm crazy.
Okay.
But she would absolutely love it. She would want to be here, here, right now. She would want to be here. She wouldn't want to be back there. Yeah. She would not want to be back there. No.
We'll quiet that crazy belief.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's where I'm like, what? Yeah. Got to quiet it. Yeah.
If your angels could speak directly to every person listening to our conversation, what do you believe they would say?
That you are loved more than you could possibly imagine. And if you could see yourself as they see you, you would never think one more negative thought about yourself, because they love you so much, and they're with you, always watching, waiting, supporting you. They just want you to ask for them to guide you, to help you, because miracles are possible. Miracles are possible for you, and there isn't anything that stops them from seeing your light.
Beautiful. What do you think your unique skill set or superpower is that's helped you become successful?
Okay. It's going to sound crazy, but there's a couple things. But I would say is that I can see your soul. And when I'm talking to somebody, it's like I'm talking to the soul rather than the meat suit or the thoughts that are in your head. And it just gives me a unique perspective on who you are as a soul, because I can also see the energy in the body that needs to go.
Okay. How do you define success? I know what you're going to say. I know what this answer is going to be.
It was going to be that, but I'm going to try and think of something else.
No, if that's what you feel, just say it. It's okay.
Well,
You don't have to change your answer to suit what you think people you should be saying. If this is what you feel, it's what you feel.
I just feel like success is knowing that I can make a difference in other people's lives. No matter, I just can, and I know I can. And to me, that is success, is when I have a session with somebody and they leave differently than how they showed up. And even if they're a little bit more joyful, their life just feels less heavy. They feel lighter. They feel like they're walking out the person they wanted to walk out as, rather than the person who showed up.
Walking on sunshine.
Yeah.
Walking out in joy.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Even if they have a little bit of it.
Yes. What does the word empowerment mean to you, Lannie?
Ooh, empowerment. I feel like being okay disappointing people with who they think I need to be for them. And when I'm okay disappointing people and doing the things that are in my heart and what I'm being guided to do, steps me into my empowerment, in my power, and I can walk myself authentically through life.
Woo. That's powerful. I love that.
That's just what came through.
Oh my God.
This is funny.
We are going to jump into a little rapid fire section here now. So
Okay.
next grouping of questions just be 2, 3, 4, 5 word answer type thing, okay?
Okay.
What's your favorite way to celebrate?
Call a friend.
One word to describe 2025. Your 2025.
Power.
If you could teach the world one thing, what would it be?
What would it be?
Yeah. Do we even have to say it?
Yeah, it would be joy and connecting with angels.
Okay.
Yep.
One book that changed your life.
That would be Conversations with God.
If you could be remembered for one thing, what would that be?
With how I made you feel.
What is one thing you love about yourself that is not related to your physical appearance?
Okay.
Of course. What else?
Oh my God.
One word that defines the woman you're becoming. That concludes our rapid fire section. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. I created a bonus question that I did not send you ahead of time.
Okay.
How do you define love? Both the kind you give and the kind you receive.
How do I define love? I feel like love is not controlling. It's not expecting something from somebody. It's like giving with a full heart to somebody just because it's just natural. It's just, I want to give this love to you, and it's unconditional and there's no strings attached. It's just how I am. But I also want to receive in that way as well. I don't want to put any expectations on anyone. It's just how they are and how they feel is what's reflected. I want the reflection to be clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you could step into my shoes, what question would you have asked yourself that I didn't ask you?
Okay. This could be a cool one.
Okay. All right.
Do each one of us have angel wings?
Please go ahead and answer.
The answer is yes. We have our own wings that we can, I've explained this a couple of different times in different ways, but I feel like when we're able to open our own wings, which to me are etheric, they're attached to us, we can feel them, we can open them. They're there for our protection. They're there for, to lift us when we need lifting and to protect us when we need protection.
How do we open them?
Okay, that's a great question.
Thank you.
So just closing your eyes and breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Just concentrating on the energy that's between your scapula and your back. Just concentrating on it and just feeling into the energy that's there currently right now. Knowing that your wings are ready to be opened and just simply opening them, feeling them, and then closing them, and then opening them, and just feeling exactly what you're feeling right now, just concentrating on that area. We can move them up, you can move them down, you can pull them around you, you can open them flat out, and just opening your eyes.
That was really cool. I felt warmth. I felt in my chest, too.
Okay. Is this your heart opening to that?
That was wild. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, a lot of people open those when they go on stage because they're good to.
I'll have to remember that next time I get on stage.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Thank you very much for sharing that.
You're welcome.
If you had the opportunity to sit down and have a 1-hour conversation with one woman, any woman in the world, who would it be and why?
I think that would be my grandma. She passed, but I think it would be her. Just because I didn't really get a chance to ask her, because she died when I was younger, and I didn't get a chance to ask her all the things that I would want to know about her journey, about what she went through, about what my ancestors went through, what her lineage went through, because I don't know. I could talk to them, but it's not the same as, to me, as sitting down with somebody one-on-one. Yeah, I just want to know everything because I've been really looking into my ancestral lineage because to me it's really important to heal that part of myself that I don't necessarily know that I've carried forward with me. So I feel like my grandma. Yeah.
If you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that piece of advice be?
Don't give up. Don't give up. Just keep going. You're going to get through it. You're going to be on the other side. And your life is going to look so different than it looks right now. And it'll be so much better than you could have possibly imagined in your head.
I love it. Oh, Lannie, you make me laugh.
Good.
Lastly, if you were to deliver your last 30-second speech to the world, your corner of the world, your tribe, your people, what would that last 30 seconds sound like? What words of wisdom would you impart?
I would say, and it's now their time to shine. It's their time to walk the walk. And that if I taught them anything, it's to live in their hearts and just remember how you make other people feel. And if you can do that, you're going to be perfect. Always remember to help, never harm, and to love deeply. Love deeply. Because when you love yourself deeply, because when you love yourself, everybody else will feel that.
Beautiful way to end the interview. Lannie, I have enjoyed this so much. It has been such a joyful conversation. The word of the day is joy.
The word of the day is joy.
I truly am so grateful to know you, to call you a friend, to have you as a member of the Empowerography community. I have so enjoyed every moment of our conversation. Thank you for showing up and shining your beautiful light upon me and out into the world through the incredible work you're doing to bring joy to people's lives. You are just such a joyful energy and person. I've so enjoyed spending this time with you. Thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate you.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me. I just loved every minute of this, and I consider you a great friend.
My honor and my pleasure. I received that. Thank you so much. Once again, my name is Brad Welsh, host of your Empowerography podcast, a platform that was created to help elevate and amplify the voices of women through sharing their stories. Today, my guest has been Lannie Reid. She is an intuitive medium, teacher, healer, and a certified joy facilitator devoted to empowering women to reconnect with their inner wisdom and divine guidance. Thank you so much, Lannie. Have a beautiful rest of your day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends. You can find me at viseuphoria.ca, follow me on Instagram at Empowerography Podcast, and on Facebook at Empowerography. Please join me next time for another inspirational story from yet another amazing woman.